Okay, I think we're live. It shut off for a bit, but now it's back. So thanks for joining me. It is Michelle Sturgeon with Come Stamp With Me, and I am doing a live on Monday, August 3rd. And I'm going to be showing you how I use the stitch stocking dies. Now I've had a couple of people ask me how to do it. I'm going to show you the way I do it. There might be people that do it differently, but this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm not showing you with the stamp set, just the dies and how I layer dies with the paper. So we're also going to be using well, here, I'm going to put the camera down and I'll show you what we're going to be using. We're using the Stitch Season Designer Series paper, the Stitch Stocking dies, and it also goes with the Stitched Stocking stamp set. Wow, that's a lot of S's. All right, so let me put the camera down and I'll show you exactly what we're going to be doing. It's been a long time since I've done a live. There we go. So this is what we've got, Stitch Stocking stamp set, Stitch Stocking dies, and this is primarily what I'm going to concentrate on today. And I'm also going to show you the Designer Series paper, and this is all I've got left. I may have to order more of this. So there's this pattern. We're going to be concentrating mostly on the smaller patterns. This pattern, big pattern there, small red and some plaid and some of this. So this is what I've got left. This is what we're going to be using. And the way that I do it, I'm going to cut a background with this die, and then I'm going to cut the stitch stocking itself. I'm going to cut it twice out of Whisper White. So I've got my machine here. So let's do the background piece first. And it can be whatever color you want. I'm partial to red right now. Alright, there is the background piece. Then I'm going to cut to this. I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do it once on camera. I've already got one cut out there. So just show you what it looks like. I should put little rubber feet on the bottom of this so it doesn't move around. So cut this one out 2 times. 1, 2. Look at that magic of television. I've got it done. I also want to have no more room there. I want to cut to this part. That is going to be the top of my stocking, and I'm also going to cut a quilted star. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I'm going to cut it anyway while I'm doing this, just in case I decide I want to use it on my design. There we go. Then you're going to go ahead and take the stitched one, and you're going to cut your stocking, your stitch stocking, out of that Designer Series paper several times, several different pieces, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So I've already cut a bunch here using a bunch of my, let me get this up. Oh, that's heavy. I had a pokey tool. I don't know where I put it. Okay, well, I'll use my scissors. All right, so we're gonna have several of the patterns that you like. They are all perforated. It's hard to see on camera, but it's very easy to just pull them apart. And by cutting a whole bunch, you'll have like several patterns to choose from when you're building your stocking. And you don't want your patterns to be right beside each other. And that's why I've got 2 here. So one is going to be what I build my stocking on. Actually, I don't need 2. I needed 2 for whenever I only need 1. Sorry, you only need 1 for this card. I needed 2 when I did the one that I stamped on, and I'll show you that card at the end of this video. You don't need 2 for this particular one because you're not stamping on one. You're using the Designer Series paper to build your pattern. So ignore that first part I said. You only need 1. All right, and so by doing this, you're going to have so many colors to choose from here. Alrighty, glue. I have my Tombow glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue the white piece onto my red piece. Makes it nice and sturdy. There we go. Now I'm going to start building my patterns. And I want to make sure that I don't have patterns that are beside each other. I think this looks nice, so that's what we're going to do. Once you've got your pieces on your, see, I'll show you again. This is the stitched grid that shows you, I don't know if you can see it on camera, that shows you where your pieces are going to fit into. And like I said, because we've got so many of these pieces already cut out, you can do several of these at one time. There. So that's the bottom part of our stocking. Now the top part of our stocking, we've already got a whole bunch of these that we cut off of all those pieces, right? So we can pick which color we think would look good. I think maybe this one. Okay, gonna glue that. You know what? Actually, I only want the star. I'm going to take that apart. Uh-oh, it comes apart a lot easier than that, but what's happened is that I've got glue on my hands, so now it's not working as well. Because I wanted it to be like this. But, okay, maybe I'll try it with the blue and I'll use my scissors. Everything is sticking to me. There, that one's better. All right, so super sticky Tombow glue, super sticky. Fill that square. And then I'm glad I did this because I want to put this right there in the middle. Oh, that looks so pretty. Now we have these buttons. So I think I might want to put, and these are adhesive. So this is also part of the suite. These are self-adhesive. So we'll put that button right on there. Cool. And then I've already cut this out, and that's going to go there. Although now that I'm looking at it, you know what? I don't want it cut out of that. I am going to cut it out of the blue pattern paper. I think it will look better. Yep, I think so. And I think I'm going to pop that up. I'm going to put a third one. That looks good. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice looking stocking. All right, put this away. And do I want some twine on there? Probably I do. Probably I like that. Sometimes a little bit of twine just gives it that little rustic touch. These quilted stockings are kind of rustic. And we'll adhere that with a glue dot. And put that there. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that looks. I love it so much. Now let's go ahead and put it on a card. So this I ran through the embossing machine already. This swirl embossing folder was patterned with the Halloween suite, but it looks very much like drifting snow to me. So I want to pop up my stocking. And we can either go on an angle or go straight. The other one I did straight. I think this one I'm going to put it. Can I do it? Can I put it on an angle and be happy with it? No, I can't. My brain's like, no, it's got to be straight. I don't know. Do it. Just be brave. Be brave and put it on an angle. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm going to do it straight. It's hard. It's hard on the angle. And then look, we've got all of these leftover pieces that we can do for a whole bunch. We could probably make like 4 more stockings here. So I think that's really cool. Get a whole bunch of things done at once. I also, this was part of a class I did. And this is all using the 1, 2, 3, using those stamps to make these patterns. So you can use the stamps as well. And the stamps also have some nice Christmas sayings. And to from if you wanted to make a tag. So that is how you build your stocking. And I also maybe want to show you something else I did with this set is, let me pull this up telescopically. Nope, I can't. I don't have the strength. But here's a page I did. I got to be able to do that. There we go. All right. Now you can see the full page. So this is one page that I did. And this is another one I did. I really like this one. I can't wait to put pictures on this. And this was, of course, using the stitch stocking paper. These words came from a set from last year, but these, of course, you can recognize as the die that I cut out for the stocking here, this part. Added some embellishments, and you can do anything you want for your words And same here, the Merry and Bright. But these are also dies. These presents here that you see, these are these dies. So they are little presents that get die cut. And this at the bottom, I used this die and I cut it twice. And these at the top, I used this die and it cuts out all those individual Christmas trees and I glued those on. So it's a lot of fun and I hope you enjoyed looking at my projects. And please, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I would very much like to have my channel grow. So like, share, subscribe, and comment. It really helps me know that people are looking if you're commenting on what I'm doing. This is the one? Nope, that's not the one. I don't know how to make it go back to me. It's been so long since I've done, I don't know where my twirly button is to make me twirl over. There we go. Wow. It's like I've never done this before. So yeah, please go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment, share. I'd really like to grow. So I need your help for that. I'd really appreciate it. So again, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed the Stitch Stockings demonstration.